All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my second weekly outlook. Today is Monday. Sometimes I do my outlook for the week on Monday, just so because sometimes in Monday morning a lot of manipulations happen and the market's finding its feet. But I'm a little bit late today for my outlook. Usually I do it around 1 p.m., 1:30 p.m. I've been a bit busy today, so let's get to it. It's Monday, UK time. It's right now 8:20 p.m. The Monday daily closure is happening in around an hour and 40 minutes. So let's get straight to it. Today we're going to do an outlook of gold and GBP JPY. And if everyone here did watch my last outlook, price did exactly what I said it was going to do. What can we see? We can see that price broke 161.813, which we said that this is a more probable outcome because of the bullish nature of daily and 4 hour. And what did we see? We saw price break this area. We saw price pull back right into this area right here, of our area of interest, where we could have brought this up all the way into our two potential areas of support, support resistance, and that would be 164,500, 164,500 around this area here, 164.3 or 165. So I've just have a zone right there, which we can see what happened. And if you go on the 4 hour time frame, we can see exactly what happened. Price melted into this zone. We saw this huge wick rejection where the 4 hour closed above our zone. And we could just now, after seeing this 4 hour closure, you could potentially scale down into the 30-minute time frame, and you could have taken buys after that candle. If you see right here, we can see this 30-minute rejection. Potentially you could have taken an entry with your stops maybe just below here. Maybe if you want to be aggressive, put your stops just below that zone, and you could have taken price all the way up to our TP and made some huge amount of gains. Again, let's focus back on this week, but price played out nicely. It's good to see that our outlooks are on point. So what can we see? We can see that price is pumping. There's a daily bullish momentum. We can see this candle on Monday. There's further bullish momentum, but we can see that this area right here, the daily closed above this area once and twice and absolutely pumped into 169, a 500 pip move. Closed above this area here and pumped into 169, another 500 pip move. So there's a high probability that if we close below this area, potentially we can see some downside movement into 163. The reason I don't see us falling all the way down as of right now is because we are overall bullish. The daily is bullish, the 4 hour is clearly bullish, everything is bullish. The weekly, there's bullish weekly momentum. It's quite scary to have it doesn't make sense to have a large take profit if you are looking for sales in this area. It doesn't even make sense to be looking for sales in general, but I have a lot of experience of GBP JPY, and sometimes I understand when price is pumping in one direction, it likes to reverse very quickly. And with a bit of experience and with a bit of backtesting, you can actually understand and find these areas. Am I looking for sales here? Not necessarily, but can I see it happening? Absolutely. The reason is because if I'm only looking for sales here or here, only if we see daily closures below, 4 hour closures below, then I can scale on the 30-minute time frame and look for some good entries like there was that doji over down there. So if we see some sort of 4 hour rejection, if we go here and we see some sort of if we see some sort of 4 hour rejection, potentially, I don't know, maybe some wick here, 4 hour rejection, I can go on the 30-minute time frame and potentially look for some entries around here with my stops here and have a TP maybe here for an intraday sell or even there. Will it be down there? No, because we are overall bullish. That's the main reason why my take profits are quite close. And if you see, our risk to reward can potentially be quite good if we maybe have our stops here, TP1228, maybe I'll have it above the zone, to be honest. Let's do that. Let's just say we have rejections, and I'll put my stops just above this zone. You can see a 124.2, maybe even up down, maybe even to here. Even that, let's see the risk to reward 1 to 2.5. That's good as long as your risk to reward's above 2. you can look for potential sales. Do I see that happening? Only if we maintain below that area for a good period of time. On the 4-hour and 30-minute, I will look for sales. If not, I can see how the 4-hour responds there. If we maintain above that area, again, this is all ifs. We need to see what happens in these two areas. If nothing happens and we just see continued momentum, all right, now I'm going to be looking for retracements here, which is a much higher probability trade because we are overall bullish. Then I could potentially look for buys into this area here or this area here. Do I see us coming all the way up here this week? I don't really think so, just because I need to be realistic about how this weekly candle will look. Will we have a weekly candle this big? Where are we going? Will we have a weekly candle closing going all the way up to there this week? I doubt so. Potentially, it feels more realistic for price to stretch into here, maybe leave a wick where we can look for sales, or we can see potential closures above 165. Do I see us going all the way up there? Not necessarily. We shall see though. So that is my outlook for GBP JPY. It's a lot of adapting to the market and seeing what happens. No one can truly predict exactly what's going to happen. It's about you having your trading plan in place, adapting to what the market does, and being calm and ready and composed to see, all right, if the market does this, I'm ready for it. Cool. Gold. Let's go into gold. What can we see? Clearly, we can see on the weekly time frame, money left the market, money came into the market, a huge amount of momentum. We slowly slowed down. We tapped into 1950, nice mid-level. Price absolutely rolled over, came below this area of support or resistance, sorry, 1871.796, tapped into it nicely and rolled, tapped into it again, and we rolled over, closed below this nice area, which daily resistance, which when we scale down onto the lower time frame, we can see. Right now I'm potentially looking for sales into 1787, and I anticipate overall, I see the weekly as bullish overall when you actually zoom out, because obviously we broke these highs. I'm looking for a potential higher low around this area here for momentum to continue to the upside, but in this current moment we can see this bearish momentum. Do I see the weekly just closing up like that? Not really. I potentially see if there's going to be a shift in momentum, I can see money leaving the market. Look, every time there was a low made, for example, here, there was a nice wick left, nice wick left, nice wick left, nice wick left. Potentially, there's a high probability that potentially we could leave a nice wick into this area. And where that wick is made, I'm looking for buys around this area and sells around this area. Simply because, firstly, we can see there's nice bearish momentum on the weekly. We closed below 1820. Also, if I go into the daily time frame, we can see that there's nice amount of a strong area of supply right here. Supply. Money came into the market, absolutely rolled over. Money came into this area, absolutely rolled over. We rolled over twice, and we had left a huge wick in this area and pushed down again. So the fact that we're maintaining below this area, it doesn't make sense for me to be looking for buys around here. It doesn't make no sense. If I want to buy, I need price to come back above, retest, and potentially we can look for some upside moves. However, as price is maintaining below, and as you can see, we can see that the daily time frame is closing below this area. This gives me more indication that price will fall to the downside if the daily closes like this, closing below the area. We can scale down into the 4-hour time frame. What can I see? I can see if the 4-hour closes like this is giving me another indication that price may roll over, because we can see a 4-hour rejection. This is live trading with you guys right now. This ain't even a weekly outlook. We can see there's a 4-hour rejection. I need the 4-hour to close like that. I need it to close like that, because it tells me that this area is being respected as an area of supply, right? Yes, in the past it has, but right now it is doing the same. This gives me the ticket to actually scroll down, go down into the hourly and 30-minute time frame for potential entries. If the 4-hour closes like that in an hour and a half, I'm going to wait. If it closes something like this, I can see we closed above, we came back below, some sort of rejection on a higher time frame. Now I can go on the 30-minute time frame, and let's just say prices like this. I'm going to wait for a pullback because ideally I want to enter close to the zone. I'm going to look for some sort of rejection, maybe an aggressive entry, maybe some sort of candle wick like this into this area, and I'm going to put my stops above this zone, potentially around here. So let's just say price comes back into this area here, we leave a nice little wick like that. I'll put, let's say I'll put my entry when gold does like to wick around a lot, so maybe I'll give it some breathing room above that zone, and we can take a nice trade to the downside from here all the way. Look, you could take it down into here, 1800 for a nice 4 to 4.2, and if price does reject that area, I may close my trade, or take it down all the way there for one nice 1 to 7. Just because this is a great risk to reward, you could potentially give it some more breathing room, or for 1 to 5.86, just in case there is a huge wick into the upside, like this, like this. So potentially there may be another one, so you can give it some breathing room. But as long as your risk to reward is great, it doesn't matter how big your stop loss is, because at the end of the day, you're still risking 1%. Well, on one trade, you should be risking 1% anyway. So as you can see, on top of that, the reason I'm looking for sales is 1, we're below area of resistance, below key area of resistance. 2, we're making lower lows and lower highs on the 4-hour time frame. Break, retest, break, retest, break, retest. If you want to get the Fibonacci out, which I don't really use, you can potentially say this is tapping the 61.8 as well. So yeah, when price comes into this area, I may be looking for some buys nicely, because if we maintain above this area, I will look for buys, because I know gold and GJ like to reverse very quickly. Price comes down, reverse, go back up. Price comes down, reverse, go back up. Price goes up, reverse, go back down. It's a very fast pair, and you need to be on the ball. You need to be focused. You need to keep your eye on the ball always. I hope that was an educational video for everyone. Again, please keep an eye out for my weekly outlooks. Please do subscribe, like, and I'm looking to build this page as big as possible, and I hope every single person on this call got some value. Take care of yourselves. Thank you very much.